Mo better. I'm making cats sweat, but they ain't rocking no sweaters. Me, I grip the mic right, I'm kicking in your nightlight. You seeing me is like a pillow in a knife fight. A gelding to a NASCAR. You say you got a fast car, but I ain't Tracy Chapman, I'ma smack him till the last bar. Kick him till he wounded, punch him till he puking, pop a lung and make him breathe his own fluid. I'm that stupid.
Here we go. Time to start up the shit, frigate. Whoa. I'm fucking back. What's up, everybody? Tuesday morning. Firing up this fucking shit frigate and setting sail on the seas of mediocrity. It's your boy. Oh, fuck. I'm back. Everyone thought I was gone. But the king of Connecticut podcasting has returned. I don't give a fuck who you talk to. I don't give a fuck if you're a sportscaster, motherfucking Tom Brokaw. The king of Connecticut podcasting has returned. And I'm back, and I'm probably not going to be leaving for another year. Before I get into anything, I gotta let you motherfuckers know one thing. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by D. McKelly's Barbershop and Emporium, located at 6 Kirby Road in Cromwell, Connecticut, exit 21 off I-91. D. McKelly specializes in all men's haircuts and hot shaves. Services are available by appointment only, which can be made conveniently online at DMcKelly'sBarbershop.com. That's DIMICHELES Barbershop.com, or by calling 860-502-3540. Gift cards are available in any denomination, and they also offer my personal favorite, their own water-soluble pomade. So go get a fresh cut, a clean shave, and an awesome product, and tell them Ben sent you. D. McKelly's Barbershop and Emporium, responsible barbering. That's my perpetual sponsor. My boy Eli, go say hi. So, after 2 months off, we are back. I have no idea what episode this is. I'll plug it in when I'm done recording. But it's Tuesday morning. I'm glad to be back. I heard a lot of sad people tell me that they were bummed out because they didn't have nothing to listen to on Tuesday mornings. I never thought anybody gave a shit. People obviously do. It warms my heart with joy like the motherfucking morning dew. You know what I'm saying? I got a friend here with me whose podcast was accidentally deleted last year. You might know him as Christopher Collins. You might know him as Mr. Either way, he's a good boy. We talk about all kinds of fucking over-the-top shit. Fucking Vero. He schooled me on the new social media app Vero. We talk about our favorite video games. We talk about our favorite fucking conspiracy theories. The Anunnaki. All kinds of crazy shit. Our favorite fucking weird YouTube stations we listen to throughout the day. Some podcasts, some video games we like. It's just going to be a rusty one. We're kicking it back in. It's going to get right back to where it was. And I'm just happy that my boy Mr. was here to do it with me. But as you all know, I'll try to get this to you every week. Life happens, but I'm back on my shit. Thank you for listening. And yo, don't forget, if you like what you hear, please go on iTunes, leave me a 5-star rating, leave a review. I don't care if you write I'm a fucking cocksucking freak. As long as you leave a 5-star review, I don't give a fuck. That shit boosts me up in the fucking in the categories so more people see my shit, and it's better for all of us. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my man Mr.
I break bread, break bread, break bread, break bread,
Go.
What's up, everybody? This is Ben Grimm here today with my friend Mr. Say hi, Mr.
Hi, Mister. Just drive.
Hey, got me.
Drive the whole thing, dude. Just drive this shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Give me your sponsor list. I'll read your sponsor list.
I'm not even gonna do one. Like, I'm gonna get that back next week. I gotta get a bunch of like everything's run out. I still do the barbershop, D.
D. McKelly's Barbershop, where we get my personal favorite water-soluble pomade.
I usually do that like in another track before, you know what I mean? But hey, everybody, it's Breaking Bread with Ben Grimm. I'm back here with my bud, Mister. His podcast was accidentally deleted, and I told everybody whose podcast was deleted that if they wanted to come back on, they should get in touch with me. He didn't do that. I reached out to him because he's my bud, and we're back. This is the first podcast back since Christmas. We're back on our regular schedule at every Tuesday morning at 7:00, and we're just we're just getting back into it, man.
And talk about the real issues.
This is gonna be a rusty one.
Things.
Oh man, so he came on up from New Haven. We just went and ate at Tangier's for lunch.
Fantastic, by the way.
Because I don't feel bad when I eat there. Even if I do eat bread, it's okay. Whatever. It's good food.
Yeah, I think you should possibly change the name of your podcast, right? You don't break bread.
No, I do, but I just don't a lot. You know what I mean? But we went and ate that, and now we are just chilling. And we're up in the studio. There's still art supplies strewn all about, but we'll talk about that afterwards too. What's going on? How are you? You still working?
I'm very good. I'm still working for the corporate monster that is Subway. Slowly writing new music, being lazy, hoarding VHSs.
Yeah, you told me that's your new thing. What kind of stuff are you watching right now?
Like on VHS or just in general?
VHS.
Oh, I bought way too many. I'm trying to sell normal ones and not bring them back to Goodwill, so then they just end up back in my pile. But I just buy like anything that I can see that's like an obscure ass terrible sci-fi movie that you're never gonna get on DVD because they didn't even make enough on VHS. I'll buy all of those.
My old roommate, Matt, he has an extensive, only sci-fi VHS collection, and we used to have a movie night on Thursday nights where we'd watch one or two, and all these people would come over.
I love the 90s sci-fi, terrible.
Dude, 80s, 90s. Just so, I can't even remember any of the actual titles, but it's just some of the, I like watching shit like that.
Oh, I love it.
But you try to watch it with your girl, or when I try to watch it with Meg, she can't even get through 5 minutes because she's just this is so bad. But I appreciate shit like that. Yo, fucking Pitts sent me one for an anniversary gift. He sent us each one of those chips that comes in the coffin. It's the ghost pepper tortilla chips. It's a challenge.
Oh yeah,
he sent us each one of those. I'll never eat it. And he sent me.
I saw Michael Rappaport eat one of those.
Yo,
it's a ghost pepper Pringle, right?
Ruin your fucking day.
Oh yeah,
it'll
no
ruin
thanks.
your fucking day.
No thanks.
And then he sent me a squeaky toy for the dog, and he sent me some fucking movie called Night Stalker or something, but it's
the Night Stalker,
but it's not the Night Stalker or Night Walker or something.
Night Stalker Kolchak?
No, I don't know. It's got a lady on the front.
Remember Kolchak?
Yeah,
Kolchak the Night Stalker. I bought all of those on VHS.
When we go back inside, I'll show it to you. But dude, we would watch them all. Do you ever remember the one something returns to Frogtown?
No,
dude.
Return to Frogtown.
Dude, anything with Rowdy Piper is gold.
Oh yeah,
he's got a couple insane.
That man's
movies.
Catalog is better than his wrestling career.
Totally, that dude. Every movie he's ever made, They Live, all that shit. But that's kind of a classic. That's not an obscure one. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you leave here, go right over there. There's a Salvation Army, and down.
I'm stopping at all the Goodwills right
down
here.
New Park is a Goodwill, and I think it's a huge one, but it might be just one of those centers where they give people jobs and shit, their corporate center. I'm not sure if they have they gotta have a store there. I'm 50% on that one.
I'm sure I'll find some good shit.
But yeah, man, that shit is fucking hilarious. We were also talking about Vero.
I'm about it. Catch me on Vero.
Explain to the people what it is, because I know there's a lot of people listening right now that don't.
People
know what
hate
it.
it. People are like calling it trash, and I don't understand how you can call an app trash.
But the thing is, like, they're gonna work.
Everyone's
shit
saying
out.
they don't get it too. It's just Instagram. It's another Instagram, but I like how
It's pretty much a blend of Instagram and Facebook and Twitter all
it
in one.
categorizes things into your collections, which is my it sort of would double as like a Tinder profile in a sense. Like if I go to yours, I can be like, let's see what fucking movies this nerd watches, and I can go to your movie collection, or I can go to your pictures, and the whole thing about categorizing close friends, acquaintances, and then people can just follow you. So you choose who gets to see what, and you don't have to run multiple profiles to post multiple different things.
Do you have friends?
Yeah. When someone follows you, they just follow you. And then you hit a button for
follow back,
connect. And when you connect with someone, you guys are just connected, and you choose if you want to categorize them as an acquaintance, a friend, or a close friend, and it doesn't tell them. So you're not going to get a message from somebody who's like, hey, I noticed that you put me as an acquaintance, but I've known you for 6 years, and I really think that we're friends. You know, like, so you categorize them yourself.
I bet you a lot of people wish that they could do that for Facebook, because you see people coming up, and you're like, what the fuck is this person talking about? Oh, no, I'm from high school.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, you got a fucking Confederate flag hanging in the back of your fucking yard.
Yeah.
Oh, friend from high school. Fuck
it's
you.
perfect. If you want to be a closet racist piece of shit, you know, you share that with your close friends.
Only the other ones,
your followers.
That's kind of crazy where there's like levels of like access.
I like it. I mean, I can't think of any one thing that I would post that I would only want my close friends to see.
I wonder if mine downloaded yet, because I have one now. I didn't do anything to it now, but it's there. And you said that you can get it now for free, but at some point it'll be a subscription.
It'll be subscription based, so they said they guarantee that there will never be ads on it, which is cool. I back no ads. It's cool. I like the format. It reminds me of like Hulu. I like the interface.
Okay.
I like the colors. It's Prit. I definitely wouldn't call it trash like everyone is saying. It's a freaking app.
Somebody said that it was like crashing their phone or something, but it's just like,
that
all right,
sucks.
They're going to work it out. Maybe your phone is garbage. I don't know. But like...
is it a flip phone?
Yeah, like what are you doing? Are you putting on your fucking Palm Pilot with your stylus?
This thing crashes my razor every time I open it.
But yeah, like I'm going to check it out. Like
it's social media. It's all the same and it's all different. It's personal preference.
Back in the day when like Vine came out, everybody was on it.
Rest in peace to Vine.
But Vine was just like any other thing. Like you could see your friend shit, but you ain't gonna blow up off of Vine unless you're like a pre-existing like comedian.
No way. You know how many people blew up off of Vine?
But
dude?
they knew who they were before that. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there was like, you know what I mean though? Like there was either those dudes that were famous on Vine, or there was just your boy with like 7 people following.
I'm pretty sure Riff Raff was like the most popular Vine user in the history of Vine.
That fucking kid that got accused of rape that lived in fucking LA that goes to hardcore shows. He's like a fucking half-ass comedian. He used to be in all the Vine videos with people. Like he was like one of the biggest, but I forget his name. It's like he had like something go on. He had like a court case go on, but you can't find him anymore now, but like he was like the biggest like Vine thing.
Definitely not at a hardcore
show. No. But yeah, dude, it's like fuck. Is there too much social media out there today?
I mean, it depends on how you use it. I don't have a Facebook anymore, so I'm looking for anything that I can fuck around on. I don't fuck with Facebook. I deleted mine like, I don't know, like 8 months ago. Probably, I think. Did I have one last time we did the podcast? I can't remember.
I think you did.
But I've had it since I was 14 years old. So 10 years straight at the time. More than 10 years of checking my Facebook.
It's like a bad relationship that you add.
You wake up in the morning, you fucking check it. I was arguing with, especially when Donald Trump was running for president, I had to unfriend so many people like we all fucking did. There was so much ignorance going on with all the racial tension and all the bullshit. And I deleted it, and I thought for sure, I was like, there's going to be days where I like turn to my phone to open it, and I have not missed it. As a matter of fact, my birthday just happened, and I started getting text messages from random people wishing me happy birthday. And I'm like, there's no way.
Is your shit still up there?
I had made another one, the Mr. for Martian one, that I was only posting music shit to keep my political beliefs off of my music page.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it, and I had to sign in to deactivate that one, and just seeing like the blue bar and the messages like gave me anxiety. Like I was like, oh my, I had a panic attack trying to deactivate this fucking thing. I just can't do it, and I don't miss it at all. So
the thing for me, like, and I've said this for years, like Instagram and pictures, and like I'm not big on Twitter. I used to be really like involved.
Twitter's tough. Twitter, you
gotta
be very egocentric. You have to post 7-8 times a day,
and you have to have like good shit to say that people want to, like, little jokes here and there that people want to fucking hear.
Yeah,
like if you got pictures, I want to see pictures, but like my Facebook, I don't want it anymore because of all that shit. Like it's like a bad relationship. Like you got these people on there for 14 fucking years. You've obviously went your different ways, but you're fucking still accessible to them,
clinging.
And it's just like I always kept mine for like events and like trying to like promote.
That's what
events.
I told myself too. Oh, I'm gonna keep my Facebook because I need it to promote my music. And then I was like,
not even the music. Like, well, I could put out music and promote music just fine, but like
you got a lot more shit going on.
But when you like, I mean, like when you make an event for like a show and you want to like,
I played a show and I was like, where do I even promote this?
You got to get back into the street.
Post a picture on Instagram and start sticking flyers on homeless people's backs and
put
shit.
Your flyers up and get to Instagram. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like the older I get, like, and then the whole thing with my dad happened. Like my dad has a Facebook and like he's friends with my brother on it, but I blocked him because he started getting all crazy.
Oh yeah, you told me he started getting wild on one of your posts or something, right?
Yeah, and he would like get crazy and say crazy shit, and he'd like find like people in threads that he commented on, like pretty girls, and he'd like fucking hit on them like in the thread, and they'd be like, yo, is this your dad? Yeah, sorry. And like and like my dad's fucking like it's probably still the same, but the last time I looked, his profile picture was like the fucking Pink Floyd like prism fucking rainbow thing.
It's just like the first Google image like that could find.
And this was probably like 5-6 years ago. Like he's better now, but like he was a little crazy back then, but like he's good now. But like I FaceTime him and shit. My brother gave him a fucking iPad, so I FaceTime him the other day. The dude hasn't bought me anything for Christmas or my birthday since I was like 14. Once I started fucking getting in trouble, that shit was all out the window. I fucking turned 40 2 months ago. He calls me up. He goes, "What? You want anything for your birthday?" And I was blown away. And I go, "Matter of fact, Dad, I do. I want a metal detector." And he goes,
"You're gonna be that dude?"
Yeah, I got it. It came already,
with
bro.
Your little fucking dog in a backpack or like on your chest with a little shovel.
I sent him pictures of ones I wanted, and like when you go and look for them on Google, you can literally get one for like $35, and then there's like these military grade ones.
Yeah, it tells you what the metal is and shit like that.
$9,000, $10,000, right? So I was like, Dad, meet me in the middle. How about you give me $250? And he's like, okay, that's cool. So he sends me a check in the mail that I in turn put into my bank account and then bought it off of Amazon. But
you bought one already?
But the funny thing was he sent me a check for $220. So I put it in the fucking bank, bought it on Amazon. It came the other day, and it's like waterproof. It's called the Fisher F22.
Holy shit!
And
there's one of your listeners right now going, "That's a good model."
And yeah, dude, I'm psyched. Like I just straight up want to go to the beach. Like I want to go into the woods and find like
the extra short shorts. Your dog.
No, I'm gonna have them pants on because the ticks.
Oh yeah, cargo pants
with like taped around the bottom. But yeah, dude, that's like my new shit. Like I like to forage and stuff in the fall, and like even in the spring, there's shit I'll go out and get. Like a couple of my chef friends, my friend Eric, we all go and get mushrooms and ramps and shit. But now I'm gonna bring that.
You know, so honeymoon in Gettysburg, searching for World War II bullets.
Oh, dude, it'll be so sick if I find something cool though, like an old ass coin.
Yeah, like people fucking
Somebody's
randomly
engagement ring?
find a coin worth like fucking $2 million.
Dude,
some Spanish gold.
there's these crazy ass fucking dimes out there. I see them in the pawn shops all the time. They're like worth $500. Just trying to get a couple of them.
Yeah, there was a guy that did that across from me where I used to live in Milford. He was some old time, like, biker, like fucking 6'3", drinks every day, probably like 110 pounds. He looks like a stick, and he just smokes pot and drinks beer in his yard. And he would metal detect all the time, and I'd be hanging out with him smoking, and he'd be like Googling, like he'd have all the change laid out, and they're just pennies and just dimes, but he's Googling the year and what was on it, because if it's a 1863 dime with 4 pieces of fern instead of 3 on the left side, it's worth fucking $150 now.
Hell
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yo, I love that shit, dude. Me and Meg fall asleep every night to Antiques Roadshow, and I love that shit. That's what I'm 40 years old. Like, that's what this life has done.
Where
to
you're
me.
at.
I'm done fucking around. I'm done like fucking with people. I'm done with school. Like, all I want to do is work, fucking do shit like that, make some music, do this podcast, and fucking go metal detecting, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything else. Oh man, but yeah, dude.
Get a nice fanny pack to stash all your
The
findings
fucking thing
in.
runs off of fucking 2 AA batteries, and it lasts for 30 hours. So I'm going to go get a big-ass pack of Duracells and just keep them with me. You got to use your own headphones, though, but I obviously have some. And that's that, dude. I'm going to fucking I'm going to get a fanny pack.
I'm laughing at you now until one day I see that you found
Boom.
a fucking
For bar of gold. But the thing is, my shit is waterproof, so I could stick that shit in the water and like the edge of the river and like boop, 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 boop. Maybe find some old school lures.
even shit that's not buried, just shit that people, like you said, an engagement ring that someone dropped in the woods and couldn't find it in the grass. You can get shit right on the surface that someone just couldn't find because
Then you go and look for the lost and found. You fucking bring it back to them. You're the fucking hero.
Yeah, I was thinking about selling it, but yeah,
But if
do
they're
that too.
if
Do
they're
that
super
too.
old, like I see dudes doing it. Like, I don't see it a lot, but I've seen people like old dudes at the beach, like just going off.
If you're real lucky, you could be like the dad on Pete and Pete, and you could find a wife and a car in the same day.
with a metal detector.
Remember that show, Pete and Pete?
Yeah.
He finds his wife because she had the metal plate in her head, and he was metal detecting, and he looked down, and there was the love of his life. And then he also found their fucking station wagon buried in sand on the beach and dug up a whole car.
Yeah, you got to go like way deep in the woods though, because if I did it in like my yard, you're just gonna find all kinds of bullshit.
Yeah, is there like
nails and shit, like shit you don't want to dig up.
There's like I know in Milford we got a couple like walking trail parks and shit like that. I don't know if you got stuff like that around here.
You go deep into the woods or deep into like like towns like Coventry and all the way up in like the Litchfield corner and just find like a fucking weird like.
Connecticut's perfect for that.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because yeah.
Yo, you know what I heard? You'll love this shit. So I don't like speaking about other podcasts, but I'm going to put you onto a podcast I think you would really like.
You already put me on to Jim Harold's paranormal podcast.
This shit, that's paranormal, but this shit is right up your alley. You ever heard of Higher Side Chats?
No.
Yo, you're going to love it. It's just like everything conspiracy, magic, fucking treasure, like adventure, paranormal, fucking cult.
That's
all,
my shit right
all up
there.
in one. And the dude does one like, I think he does more than once a week, and he's like this, I forget his name, but like he'll always talk about weird movies that are coming out on like Amazon that you'll never be able to find. And like I watched this weird like ghost hunting thing the other night, and it's called like there's a 6-thing installment, it's called like Haunted New England. And I learned on this podcast that, remember how the Salem witch trials back in the day?
Yeah.
I forget what year, don't quote me, I don't know what year it was.
Yeah.
But they looked through public record, and do you know that 10 years before Salem even happened, the first witch lynching and hanging happened in Hartford, Connecticut at the old State House right on fucking Main Street 10 years before that. So the whole world thinks of Salem as being this crazy ass place.
Little did they know.
Little did they know. And they said that Hartford
We were
is the
killing witches before it was cool.
Hartford is the most haunted city in the nation, they said, and like second to like a couple places up in New Hampshire. And it's fucking, so cool, dude. I love it.
I love Connecticut for that reason too.
Hell yeah.
But that's why every single abandoned building in your town when you're growing up, you're like, oh, that's haunted.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But it's just like, you figure like right Plymouth Rock, where everybody landed when they came over from Europe, right here, mad people dying because they're trying to figure out like the new continent. So you just got to figure that's where all
the
these
home of the genocide of
all these fucking
America's
souls
foundation.
all these souls are like stuck here. But yeah, dude, that shit interests the shit out of me. I love it. But yeah, look it up. Haunted New England, and
I'm gonna have to write it down after this.
Higher Side Chat.
I listen to so much of the paranormal podcast. I found another one. I forget what it's called, but it's this lady from down south. She got a weird name, like a nickname, K-Dog or some shit like that. But they're like, I didn't even really listen to podcasts before your podcast. And then you posted Jim Harold's that one day.
Yeah.
And I've heard of Jim Harold, and he talks about a lot of people that like I know about from like old YouTube videos and
he's cool.
Disclosure shit. And he always talks about Micah Hanks. And
so like I listen to them on YouTube at work, like because I can put it on in the background of my screen and just listen. But that dude has like 10 commercials per 60-minute episode, and I just can't do it. That Higher Side Chat shit, no commercials. And I also listen to this other one called Expanded Perspectives. You ever heard of that?
No.
Really good. These two crazy ass hillbilly Texas guys.
I'll put you on to one of the ladies that was a guest on a paranormal podcast, Stephanie something. She's a Scottish lady, I believe, and she does one called, they're really short, they're like 20 minutes a piece. It's called Masquerade Podcast, and it's all about crazy disappearances.
Really?
Like people who she did one about that girl from a couple years ago, that girl in California. That you ever see the footage of the girl in the fucking elevator being all weird and she disappeared? I can't think of her name right now. You know what I'm talking about. It was like all over the news. It was like the last footage of her looks like she's on drugs and she's like moving back and forth in an elevator, and then she leaves off the camera and no one knows where she is, and everyone started complaining about a foul smell to their water, and they went up on the roof and they found her
she was in the
fucking water tank
in the hotel. Like it's a hotel,
the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
You know about that hotel?
I've heard. Yeah, it's
dude,
like crazy. There's like rooms you can't stay in and shit.
Well, that hotel, not only do people get murdered there all the time, that's the hotel that Richie Ramirez stayed in, the Night Stalker, while he was doing his fucking thing murdering people. So there was that. There's another famous person who died in that hotel. I don't know how that hotel is still open. It's just like this crazy.
It's probably still open on like folklore shit.
Yeah.
Like weirdos like us want to go and stay there.
Oh, I would totally stay there.
Yeah, I heard about that. And she was in the water tank.
You know, there's a movie that came out called Dark Water that came out about 6 years before that happened, and that's literally the plot of the movie.
Weird.
Is the place is being haunted, and at the end of the movie the woman finds the girl's body in the thing, and like, you know, she helped find her body, so the haunting stops. But like, that's literally the plot of that movie. Weird. And it happened years later.
I fucking saw this fucking this trailer the other night for this movie. Now I love anything fucking weird and B-list movies. And I saw this trailer for this movie called Primal Rage, and it's just like this couple.
Sounds like a Chuck Norris movie.
This couple goes to the woods to go camping, but then like their car crashes, and like, what do we see? You know, one of those things. And it basically, they find these guys in the woods, and they're like hunters, and they're like, yo, we got to stay close. There's something out here, and it's like a Bigfoot, but when they finally show them, and he's like he like finds them all, and fucks them all up and shit. But he's got like these weird like slits in his face, almost like, you know, the little dude that flies the fucking X-wing in fucking Star Wars, how he's got the flaps on his face.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that, but it's Bigfoot, and it looks so crazy. And it was a 1-day release in select theaters on February 27th.
You
And
watched it, or you only saw the trailer?
I only saw the trailer. I looked everywhere for it. Nowhere was any theaters near here. Anytime I Googled anything, couldn't find it. Then I searched Amazon Prime last night, and the word comes up, but when you search it, it gives you 4 movies that are like it.
Yeah.
And I just want to fucking see it because it looks sick. There was
Is
like
it found footage or no?
no, it's like a movie. It's like a real movie. I do love found footage shit, but like you know about the Beast of Whitehall?
It sounds familiar.
Go on the expanded perspectives podcast and listen to the Beast of no fuck that, they got the movie. Go on Amazon Prime and watch the Beast of Whitehall, and that's found footage like interview shit in like North Carolina or Pennsylvania of like a Bigfoot, but they call him the Beast of Whitehall.
Yeah.
But he's got like the red eyes and like the UFO.
I love those.
It's like the Bigfoot with the UFOs.
Cryptozoology shit, dude.
Yo, that's my shit now,
Oh,
dude.
I love it.
Me and Meg got the cryptozoology salon wall we're doing. Did you see that big ass print I had on my kitchen table?
Yeah, with
that
all
weird
the textures and the patterns and shit on it.
No, the
It's
fucking,
like it's got like a skull for a head.
the dude. It looks like a fucking weird like.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I would call it. It's a kind of, it's definitely tattoo style, but like I forgot where she got it. I got another print the other day. You know how they have like the nice pictures of like fruit, like a big like pile of fruit, and like somebody like a professional painter paints it.
Yeah.
But there's like a little bat, and he's like holding the fruit. Like it's shit. The shit is sick. But yeah, I've been,
Yeah, I love that. I prefer my conspiracies to have shape-shifting reptilian governors rather than like fucking.
They made a Skinwalker Ranch movie.
There's the Stephen King one that's loosely based off of Skinwalker Ranch, Sleepwalkers.
Yeah.
Loosely based off of that idea. I just listened to one about Skinwalker Ranch. Crazy.
Yeah, real crazy.
There's an episode of X-Files about that too.
Yeah, you're right.
Love that fucking
You
episode.
are a huge fan of X-Files.
I am a huge. I just finished it. We just watched the last episode last weekend for like the 6th time.
So Fox just finished up their 1 season.
No, I mean of the original of the 9. They're
you ain't been watching the new one?
No, I have. They're hit or miss. I don't like the background, the lore one. They've had one of the episodes. This oh man, it's fucking great. They had one about the Mandela effect. You know what that is?
Mandela effect?
Yeah, Mandela effect. They had one where there was this guy, Reggie something, and he brings them this whole plot, and like it was fucking great because he's like, oh, so you don't remember us working together, and like, what the hell are you talking about? He's this guy who like no one remembers him because of the Mandela effect. Someone is tweaking it against him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I started the X-Files, and it replays the intro, but it's like instead of the music, it's a guy going and they play all of these.
I've heard that.
They play these iconic scenes from like the X-Files, but they superimposed him in there. So like when Scully first walks in and Mulder turns and he's like, oh, no one in here except for the FBI's most unwanted, they pan over a little bit and he's standing there. He's like, this is a boys only club, sister. And like they like edited him into all these like iconic moments throughout the show. And
I love
like,
that.
Yeah, it was fucking good.
That's good.
They're all right.
But I didn't see any of the new one. I can see Fox on my TV though. I don't have cable. I use like a HD antenna. I refuse to pay for cable.
I just turned my cable off. I just have internet now. There's enough shit
Yeah.
out there for me to watch.
I watch everything, Netflix, Amazon. I got a Fire Stick. I got a fucking Xbox. Fucking all that shit. Fucking a la carte TV. But like I do have a HD antenna and I can watch like football games and the fucking football season and like Fox and like your main fucking channels where like the Olympics and shit are. But there's these crazy channels that I don't think anybody else gets. One's definitely called Cozy TV and it's all 80s. And there's another one called like
80s like MASH and fucking MacGyver.
Dude, Meg was here, she'd know the name. It's like called like BRB TV or TBT TV, and literally it's made for people that smoke weed. Like it's some shit where you're like, what the fuck is this? And then there's like a weird music video, and then there's like a segment of a dude like fucking like snow sailing down the side of a mountain, but it's like 15 minutes long. Then there's like a segment with all the fucking geometric shapes like melting into each other, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And one night we were just like sitting there watching it.
Just sounds like Adult Swim past 4 a.m. Like,
dude, it's like Adult Swim, but if it were done through public access television, like
it's
weird.
just some stoners YouTube watch history.
Dude, it seems like a YouTube channel is what it seems like. It's really weird. Maybe when we go back inside I can find it. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, dude, like I don't watch like TV. Like I don't watch series. You know, but I'll tell you what though. Right now, you know, all the time my shit is Antiques Roadshow. But you know what they brought back that I fucking love? They used to have it back in the day on like E Entertainment. Remember the E Network?
Yeah.
Remember
that's still a channel, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have cable, but I'm pretty sure it's still a channel.
Remember Queer Eye for the straight guy?
Dude, you are literally the 5th person to say that to me. I was at work and this dude comes up to me and he's kind of a turd and he always just says dumb shit and he's like, you know what I've been watching? Just out of nowhere. He's like, you know what I've been watching? Like, what, is it the new Queer Eye? And I just like shook my head and walked away because I thought he was being a dick. And I go home and I like walk through the living room and Sean's sitting there. I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, Queer Eye. It's just Queer Eye now.
Queer
it's
Eye
not
now,
for
yeah.
the straight guy. It's just Queer Eye. And I'm like, what the hell? So I sat down and watched it for a minute. It was pretty funny.
Dude, like, but it's like heartfelt.
Everybody loves that shit now.
Like, it's heartfelt. So, all right, you got these 5, like, really well dressed, like really gay, really like good looking gay guys, and they find a fucking schlep, and they fucking make him over and change his life. And some of them are just whatever, but some of them, like the dude like cries because his life is like new, and Meg will be like, oh look, dude, and like I was just like, oh, I remember I used to watch it with an old girlfriend of mine like 15 years ago, and I was like, oh my god, this shit's back. And I sat down, I watched one episode, and I watched another one.
Because you're older now, you love to see inspiring things.
And I was like, yo, this shit is the best. They had like one with a fireman the other day. There was just like a bro that wore Crocs. Yo, these gay dudes were ripping him apart about his Crocs. It was so
what are those?
It was so fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, that's my new favorite shit. That and Antiques Roadshow is like my go-tos right now. But like I never really got into Game of Thrones only because there were so many. Never really got into fucking Breaking Bad. Never really got into fucking like Orange is the New Black or anything like that. Like nothing that's extended with mad episodes I could never do just because I've been too busy.
You know, me and the girlfriend watched like all 3 seasons in like 2 months. Was that HBO show, The Leftovers?
I heard that's good.
It's very weird, but it's awesome. It's just so different because it's a very religious centered show, but the entire premise of the show is that like 50% of the world believes that this thing that happened was God, and the other 50% just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So the whole time they keep giving you these things that are like, oh, it is God, but is it? So the whole time, the whole thing is up to you. You can watch it with a religious freak and they'll be like, oh my God, this is from this verse and this is this and this and this. And you can watch it with an atheist and they'll completely take it as like a scientific happening because it's all open to interpretation.
Dude, I've been like, my mind is like a high person 24/7. Like I think about shit that I used to think about when I was high as fuck, but I think about it constantly now, not high. And like, I know a couple people that are super religious, right? And like, I never really get in their shit because I know it'll bum them out if that like it's like,
yeah.
If they were just some
it's
asshole,
a respect thing.
Yeah, if they were some asshole off the street, that's one thing.
And they're not fucking preaching their shit to you, so.
But like, I just like think about all this shit and I watch all this shit on like YouTube and like the Sumerians and the Anunnaki and like Egypt and Anunnaki and like, all right, yeah, maybe like, you know, maybe there was something going on before what we knew, and maybe there was somebody else here other than.
I love that. That's my favorite conspiracy ever. Is the reptilians and the Anunnaki and the Egyptians and
maybe. I watched this whole thing about like the stone that the pyramids are made out of and how they have like an actual like electricity to them and a vibration.
Yep.
And I watched this other one about these pyramids in Hungary where like they're just covered in trees now and like fucking grass, but there's this one spot where there's like a little divot and like you could lay in it, and people go there and they lay in this little divot and they get up, and like if your muscles were hurt and like you fucking like get healed. It's like weird. It's like this vibration power. And I just think about all that shit and I'm like, all right, so let's say the fucking Bible, the fucking Quran, fucking everything else was written, whatever, it's all this story. Let's say maybe at one point, you know, either there is nothing and we are just all like creatures on a planet with air, or maybe what if there was like God, right? And like all these people are like, there ain't no fucking religion. And then one day, boom, the motherfucking sky opens up and he was like, I told you to believe in me. And everybody that doesn't is dead. Boom, right there. And then everybody else got to live. And I'm just like, that's definitely not happening. But what if it wasn't God? What if it was like the motherfucking Anunnaki or something coming back to get your ass?
It's just the Oat Studios skit where what's his face? Charlton Copley plays God, just sitting there watching. He's, what is that? What are they doing? He's like, I think they're building fire. He's like, no, they're not. He's like, and he like just blows, blows the fire out.
Dude, I just think about it constantly.
Just some CEO just chilling.
All right, like everybody, like all these people have believed in like this higher power and this thing that has brought life into existence. Like, okay, there's whatever religion you believe in, this God created the universe, which obviously nobody could create the whole fucking universe. You know what I mean? But what if you were wrong and you just got the whole shit flipped on you at the last minute, and somebody came down, whether it was an alien or God, and was like, you didn't believe in me, motherfucker, so you're dead. Boom. And everybody else that did has this great life after that.
Well, you know, I just found out recently. I was actually
before you go. You know what I learned the other day?
What did you learn? Combined
in 1 year, 2016 or 2017, all religions in the world and the money that they bring in. Guess how much it was? It usually is in a year.
I mean, I'm gonna say upwards of $100 billion.
30 trillion.
Yeah.
And I was listening.
That includes everything, like merchandising,
all that shit,
donations, anything, and everything that encompasses religion. Period.
The guy was like, nothing in this world, on this earth, should ever have that much money.
Yeah.
That's the most anything would ever be. Like, that's the most money that one thing would ever have. And it's like, and that shit runs the world. And that shit is not real. So all this shit is like being run around the world. And for what? It's not real. It's a fucking huge lie. You know what I mean? And it's like, but then I start to think, I'm like, what if it was?
Do I have it all wrong?
What if it was? And these motherfuckers,
that's the motherfucker about religion, is that's how they get you. You're like, yeah, I don't believe. And then there's always that one person like, that's okay. You don't have to. And like, you're like,
what do you know?
Yeah, you're like, shit.
Dude, I was
have it wrong.
It's just like weird because I could just see the videos on Instagram of the dude being like, la, and like knocking over like 10 people. And like,
the Street Fighter one where
and you're just like, you watch shit like that and you're like, there's no way, like, you know, like this is a parody. This has become a parody. But then you like look at shit like the Vatican and like how crazy like that whole society is around that. And
it's its own like, fucking country.
It's its own country, and it's just like, look at how built up that is. It's like, where did it all come from? It all had to come from somewhere. And what was the seed that got planted back in the day, BC, something that made people start thinking that there was something that made the world?
That religion itself, like that idea of religion and that expression of religion,
Catholicism?
We can confidently say that that's a
total garbage.
That's a system. That's like for money. Even if the people involved believe in it, that whole shit, the fact that it just took over and became an institution, that's just like a systematic fucking happening. That has nothing to do with a higher power or committing to God or whatever. And like, That's why the ultimate sin is not believing, because it's a fucking trick, like you just said,
to make you feel bad.
Yeah,
Guilt.
yeah,
It's a guilt.
And you just like, even if you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna live my life. Everybody, you get real drunk, or you're laying in bed one night and you're just thinking to yourself, like, is it worth it? Like I get 60 good years to do whatever I want, but if I'm wrong, I'm gonna burn in hell for an entire eternity.
I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna walk up to somebody, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, you could have had
you ain't on the list, my dude."
Yeah, the list of paradise, and says you didn't fucking believe that whole time, or at least 50% of it. Boom, see you later. Like that would be the biggest. That would be the biggest. Whoa, what the fuck? Like hindsight thing.
Did you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
I just watched the episode where he goes to heaven, where he gives his. You ever see that one?
Yes.
And he's like just asking all the questions, like how do we pee? He's like, because I noticed I've been here for quite a while. I haven't had to pee yet. And he's like, oh, how are we gonna get there? Are we walking? Do we drive? And his two guardian angels, after 15 minutes, they're just done with his shit. And like, you're not ready. We're saying, what do you mean? No, I'm ready. I'll stop asking questions. He's just like treating it like his normal life, just complaining about everything.
It's so crazy, dude. Like I'll just get like sometimes I'll just like get lost like at night, like falling asleep, and I'm like, why are you thinking about this? You're not high. Like this is what people think about when they're high. You're not fucking high right now. And like I'll just fall into a hole every once in a while, but it's just like, and it stems from all the things that I see and all the new like books I read, podcasts I listen to, weird YouTube holes I fall down.
I have to like wake my girlfriend up. Like I'll be laying in bed and I'm just like there's like that moment like where you're half asleep and I'll just like think of something and I need to say it, and she's next to me and she doesn't give a shit at all, and I'm like, babe, you ever just think like fucking, just, I can't believe like, they say aliens built the pyramids. You just start like just talking about some shit, because I got a whole fresh take on it. I was about to fall asleep and I came up with this whole theory and I got to tell someone, and she's just like,
I'll be like, honey, we'll be asleep. I'll be like, honey, did you know about the Baghdad battery? She'd be like, what?
My favorite part about like the whole Egyptians thing and whatnot is you can get as crazy as you want for why they did it, and alien fucking Star Wars and all the crazy shit, but the true aspects to that stuff is the craziest part to me. Like the whole grid of like vortices on the planet. You ever see like fucking how insane every single thing, Stonehenge, the Mayan pyramids, the pyramids of Giza,
the Devil's Triangle,
every single like religious fucking location from like throughout history happens to fall on one of these center points of this energy grid.
Yeah, those lines.
That's literally a provable fact.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing about that.
That shit's just insane. Like how that could even happen.
I forget the name of it, but there's like a 10 series thing on Netflix or
I watched it. It's really short. It's got the British guy narrating.
The Secrets of Egypt or something, like the newest one.
Oh, I thought you meant like a top 10. Like
there's 10 episodes. It's a new thing that came out, and that's how I learned about those like energy lines.
Yeah,
and it like literally maps out. Okay, here's
like that's a provable fact.
Here's like the Mayan temple. Here's Oaxaca.
Every single one of them falls on one of these energy.
Yeah, and Göbekli Tepe.
I remember this theory from like back in the day. One of the conspiracy things I watched was when we made like cold fusion machines back in the day.
Yeah,
and they made a cold fusion machine and it worked and it was unlimited power. And then when they took it to show it, it wouldn't work. And it's because these cold fusion machines only work when they're on the energy points on the planet. And once they figured that out, that's why they like stopped cold fusion and all that shit, because it's like people own these points and like there's no way for you to control that. That's just free power for everyone. So they like mastered it, and then they were like, yeah, we're not going to sell this because
free energy for everybody.
Giving out free energy.
We can't get money.
Yeah.
They touched on that in the fucking thing that I watched, and it was like
it's a very common theme.
And they were talking about like how like when you go into the pyramids today and that shit, or any of those ruins, it's dark as fuck. But at one point, like the way it was set up and the way the water, like every single one of the pyramids had like water under it at a certain depth with a certain shaft that like made it almost like a battery. And they were saying like they would have their own glow to them that was like the light. I can't really explain it like more than that.
Oh yeah,
but
it's
it was
so,
dope, dude. I was so I was high in my mind. I was like, holy fuck, dude, it was so good.
It's the worst is you like listen to something and you fully comprehend it, and then you go to tell someone and you just sound like that dude outside Stop and
you
Shop.
Ain't Graham Hancock. No way.
I'm not fucking David Wilcock over here.
Dude.
I got no years. My only comprehension is like the idea behind it. I got no dates to cite or like scientists, and I'm just like going a rant for 20 minutes.
It's just like, you have to watch this, and then make them watch the whole thing. Yeah, dude, I love that shit. I love that shit. Like growing old now, and just like, you can also pull a lot of like crazy weird like tidbits and metaphors for your rap with stuff like that, and, people are just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
2/3 of my entire rap catalog is fucking
weird
like talking like about that. Aliens and shit, Sumerians and whatnot. That's where I get all my material from. It's written for me and 5 other people.
Yeah.
That's the downfall of being a local rapper, because if someone showed my music to millions of people, there'd be so much awesome shit there for people to be like, yo, did you hear what he said? But since my music is only reaching 300 people, you spend so much time thinking of this awesome Anunnaki reference, and not a single person ever approaches you about it.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's funny. Shit, there was something when we were talking before, and I said that I don't watch series. I lied, because I did watch both seasons of Stranger Things.
I very much loved the first season. I was extremely disappointed in the second season.
Totally. Same thing with fucking True Detective.
I refused to watch the second season.
I'll tell you what, though. There was 3 really good episodes in the second one.
I'll watch it.
But it wasn't like the first, where it was a constant buildup of the most anxiety you've ever fucking experienced in your life from watching a TV show.
I'm trying to make my girl watch that right now. Yeah, that show's amazing.
Those motherfuckers killed it, dude.
I hope she doesn't listen to this before we watch it. But one of my favorite things ever, I'm a sucker for like cool cinematics. And the one scene where they go to that fucking dude, the raper's like cottage, and it's the audio is them explaining the lie to the cop, but what you're seeing is what actually happened.
Yeah.
And they snuck up and they found the girls dead, cut up.
Yeah.
But while you're seeing them sneak up and get in there, he's telling the story, and he's like, we get to the edge and bam, he just starts firing off an AK, and like because they had to tell them the lie. So you're hearing the lie but seeing the truth. That was fucking awesome. I loved that. Because I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what is he saying right now? And then you figure out what it is.
Remember that one part where they had to go into like those brick houses, the hood, and he had to pull them out.
Yeah, amazing.
And they had to run through all the backyards.
Amazing.
Dude, I was like gritting my teeth the whole time. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's fucking ducking the dude. Yeah, it was crazy.
That I haven't had a fucking good like show like that since that came out. Like,
watch The Leftovers. You really can't go wrong with anything HBO. I won't watch Game of Thrones for the same reason as you, because there's fucking 1,700 seasons.
Too much.
And it's my least favorite setting. I'm not a fan of
I'll tell you what though, like I
magical shit.
I do. And I'll
play a video game, but I don't. My least favorite thing to watch.
Dude, I got fucking Shadow of War. The newest fucking Lord of the Rings game.
Oh yeah,
garbage. Knew I didn't like it within the first 10 minutes. I didn't like the controls. I didn't like anything. Took it out.
Yeah, it's like
done.
Batman.
Yeah, it's exactly how it was. Oh, not good at all.
Yeah,
not fucking good at all.
No thanks.
Trying to get Monster Hunter.
Give me that was wild.
I'm trying to get that.
Still playing Fallout?
No, I was
me. That's all.
I know
all
you are. I love how Fallout and Skyrim are just the same fucking thing, but in different worlds.
Yep.
I want to get that Mass Exodus shit, and I also want to get everybody's the second Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Someone said
it's tough.
Yeah,
it's hard.
But yeah, like I got a couple things to do in life before I submerge myself back into one of those fucking things.
Yep.
Fucking Skyrim.
I set my girl up on Skyrim because I started a new Fallout playthrough, and I still want to hang out with her, but also I'm like, hey, so you want to come over and I'll play Fallout? So I set her up on Skyrim, so she plays Skyrim in my room and I play Fallout and check up on her every now and then.
Yeah, Skyrim almost ruined me and Meg's relationship.
I'm confident Skyrim has ruined quite a bit of relationships. Actually, there was a kid who it was true too. I thought it was bullshit, and I like Snopesed it and everything. There was a person who tried to sue Bethesda for because Fallout ruined his life.
I can imagine,
because
totally.
he said that he played so much time on Fallout when Fallout 4 came out that he lost his job and his girlfriend left him, and he couldn't keep up on his credit cards and all this shit because he was playing Fallout. And it was an actual lawsuit. Obviously, he didn't win, but he really wasted his time to make it a real thing.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did anything for him. Do you think Bethesda maybe would have sent him like
a copy of Fallout?
Or just like some fucking swag or sign, you know what I mean?
I wish they just sent him a copy of Fallout. Just
some t-shirts and shit.
Yeah, because in his lawsuit it says how he had to sell Fallout and his PlayStation, so they just sent him a new PlayStation and Fallout.
Dude.
Just as a motherfuck you.
That's crazy. I read this thing. You know how when you open your phone, if you have the Google app, it'll like give you like stories about the stuff that you Google the most, like news stories.
I've never checked it.
Yeah, well, I never do either. But I saw one. Like sometimes it'll go away, but if you put your finger on it and grab it, I saw one about how like one of the new expansions for like the Breath of the Wild will erase all your like time saved, so you won't know how many hours you've put in. It like erases the clock.
Is that supposed to be a good thing?
Well, dudes like to know how many like hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone does. Everyone likes to be like, I fucking put 100 hours in. Why would that be a thing? Why would that even be a thing?
They get bummed because they still want to track their hours, and the fucking update made the clock go away. It was like a bad thing, like a glitch. Yeah. It's just some weird nerd news
People
that I saw.
freaking out. People are not happy about it. There's probably a very extensive Reddit thread about that one.
Totally. You know that there is. Oh, man. Fucking Reddit. I never really got into Reddit, and like I know you have to be like invited by somebody else, and like
you need to.
Dave Hutchinson tried to get me on it, but there was all kinds of things I wanted to research, and I just couldn't. It wouldn't let me. I don't know why.
It's weird. You need like positive votes to be able to interact. So like I'll go to post a comment on a thing, and it goes outside threads too. Like I follow like a Fallout one, and at the time a Destiny one, and I commented on like a thing on a Destiny thread, and then I go to comment on a Fallout one, and it's like, hey, you need to wait 2 hours before you can comment again because you don't have enough. So basically, it helps because if you're a piece of shit, you can't use Reddit. Yeah, if you hop in Reddit and say some grimy shit and 30 people downvote you, Reddit is like, you can't comment for 2 weeks because you suck.
Yeah. You got to go in timeout.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. I was trying to like research shit about fucking like performance enhancing drugs or like fucking something about CBD oil or something, and I was just like, what the fuck, like why can't I fucking see the thread, where's the comments? And I couldn't like get in. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. They call it the front page of the internet.
And it was on my phone too.
Fucking old self loves Reddit.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, he was the first person I ever heard about Reddit from.
Dave Hutchinson told me about Reddit. Well, I knew what it was before that, but he like was into it and like knew how to fucking navigate.
Yeah, I would like see like, you know, some crazy picture or something and show Brian. He'd be like, yeah, that was on Reddit like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you ever hear like this conspiracy about the Pepe Frog meme thing about how he was born from Reddit, but somebody put it there to like sway the whole election, and like how it was like it was a big part of like this election. Dude, they have that higher side chat thing. They have a whole episode on it. And like,
I love
and how he like
meme conspiracies.
How he like evolved through the onset and then through the election, and like how it was like a tool for like Hillary Clinton's tool or something. Dude, I'll send it to you.
Like that fucking episode of Black Mirror.
They probably touched on it. It's very confusing, but if you listen to the thing, because like the Pepe, the frog, and they started breaking it down into like this frog with this much whatever is like an actual like satanic symbol, and like, yo, they fucking took it way deep, dude. It's so fucking hilarious. And these are the things as a therapist I'm listening to in the background of my computer before fucking people come in to talk to
Out
me.
loud? Do other people have to listen to this around you?
No, it's just like light on my computer, and when a patient comes in, I just hit like the pause button, and then fucking, or if it's like a cool patient, I'll be like, yo, listen to this, and they'll be like, one of my patients was like, I didn't think anybody else listened to this. I love this podcast. And I was like, oh my God.
I walk around at work. We're not supposed to listen to music, but I put like, one fucking headphone in and try to stay away from the front like line where my boss can see me. And I'll walk around listening to last podcast, and like I'm at work like listening to this like crazy fucking like the most recent one I was listening to the Franklin cover up. You ever heard about that?
I think so.
It's like that child fucking trafficking and like sex ring that like the CIA knew about in the 60s, and it went all the way to grand jury and everything. And like I'm walking around work listening to this like basically sobbing, just like depressed, like listening to the worst possible thing ever.
Bummed out.
Yeah, just feel horrible for these people just listening to shit about serial killers, and I'm just like, oh my God, why am I doing this to myself?
Oh fuck. Yeah, like that
was actually that first season of True Detective is loosely based off of the Franklin cover up.
Oh really?
The premise behind it, like with the governors and whatnot. That shit was so fucked up. The end, all of it, when all was said and done, like basically it was a whole, if anyone's never heard of it, it was like the CIA ran this like building where you could live. It was like a co-op, but they were like secretly trafficking little boys from around the country for like different governors, and there's all this paperwork. There's hundreds of thousands of files of all of it being on paper. They have plane records from when they flew the kids across the country. Like it's all documented in the worst way possible, and it went all the way to grand jury with like 77 people ready to testify. On the first day of court, 4 people testified. Within a week after the first court date, 2 of the 4 people were killed. So 73 of them withdrew and said, I'm not going to testify. The 2 that stuck it out and went to court for like 3 years, they went to court, they testified all the things that had happened to them, like crazy as shit, like them having to kill other 10-year-old kids and like bathe in their blood and like just crazy shit that was so fucked up, like, and outlandish. And when all was said and done, the guy who they were testifying against got like, I think like maybe 2 years in prison for like embezzlement, like, some tax evasion type shit. The 2 people who testified are currently serving 22-year sentences for false statements.
Oh, wow.
The 2 people who try to get these people arrested are serving 22 years in jail each, and the guy who fucking did it served 2 years in jail for not paying his taxes. And I was just like, oh my God.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Shit like that, like I wouldn't be able to listen to a podcast like that because you're just like bummed out.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get weirded out. I'm not trying to get bummed out.
Yeah, you gotta mix it up every now and then.
Yeah, like Meg, like she wouldn't even fucking listen for.
Oh, I'll send you that episode. Just throw it on and don't tell her what it's about. Just give her 20 minutes in.
She won't even. I'll show her like an Instagram video of like people fighting, and she's like, I don't want to watch that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I love me some hood fights.
Oh, I love it.
You follow Lazarus is Back?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's page is ridiculous.
Dude, I'll be like on the toilet watching them. She'll be like, are you watching a hood fight? Are you watching World Star? I'm like, no. And I like change it. But yeah, she fucking hates that. She hates anything violent. That's why I love her so much, because she's just an innocent person.
Yeah, you're corrupting her.
No, she's got a rough side to her no one knows about. But dude, we fucking first episode back. We're an hour in.
We killed an hour.
My
apologies to everyone who waited this long just to hear us talk about fucking reptilians.
Who cares? We're getting back into it. Maybe I'll do it bi-monthly. Maybe I'll do it weekly. All depends on how much time I got.
Throw some beats on. Let's do some raps.
Yeah, we gotta. I think maybe I want to do that powerful woman food one maybe next week. I definitely want to let's figure out who we want to get? Me, you.
Just to clarify, it's not powerful woman food. That's
powerful women of food.
Of the food industry.
All these women hit me up. Yo, you know about this powerful food I need to get?
Where's that power woman food?
We should get like Chum and you and like somebody else up here and just fucking go crazy.
I mean, since that music that we made is never going to see the light of the day, we should just do a Lone Gunman podcast.
Well, the last time I did music that wasn't supposed to see the light of day, I just gave you the cassette of it, so you never know. Maybe some shit will happen.
These are pretty quality recordings. I found them in my Dropbox. I like them.
Yeah, I still have them. Maybe we could like throw them up on like, maybe Chum can like clean them up, turn me down, turn you up a little bit, and like make like a weird like, you know.
Turn
like,
down for what?
Well, I was loud and you weren't.
No,
oh, good one. Yeah, really good fucking, really good. But yeah, maybe we could do something with him. Maybe we'll fucking talk to him. But yeah, we should definitely record something, like something. We just got to get crazy. Just got to get fucking wild, bro.
I like those songs. What do we have, 4?
We did 4, yeah.
Yeah.
We did 4.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back, and I will speak to you next week. Everybody, Mr.
Thank you very much for having me, Ben. I promise if I ever return, we will have some quality news to report on.
Next time, yes, we will.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I got to make it more better. I'm making cats sweat, but they ain't rocking no sweaters. Me, I grip the mic right. I'm kicking in your nightlight. You seeing me is like a pillow in a knife fight. A gelding to a NASCAR. You say you got a fast car, but I ain't Tracy Chapman. I'ma smack him till the last bar. Kick him till he wounded. Punch him till he puking. Pop a lung and make him breathe his own fluid. I'm that stupid, but I'm a lover too. Here to beat, that's my boo. Ain't nobody fucking her like me. Yo, you hear me, dude? Hands off, your hands is too soft. Got a callus full of malice that'll knock your vans off. Pop your man Ross, smack your boy Brian. Kurt Cobain wasn't lying when he said that Ben Grimm the truth. Now I'm dying, bleeding. Real fucking rap, what's the meaning? Tell me. Hotel, motel, holiday inn. What? If them rappers start fucking up, then you go right in. We standing in the middle with no easy out, but we gon' push it till the end. What's up? Yeah, I'm still rapping like I'm on one. Ben Grimm, I'm still rapping like I'm on one. Wait, you wanna dissect BG? Get me in the lab like the one rap ET. Make me phone home to the nutmeg CT that I pushed for all them years like I did with CC. Nah, bitch, I'm about to take that movie route. Billy Joel, you will never see me moving out, cause I'm a lifer, I can move around. You inherited some money, I'ma smack you with the pound, because that bad fiend blood is still flowing. Putting on a tie every day, they knowin', hate showing. Don't cross them, please keep it cool, cause his crew is real hungry and they will act a fool. He will take your sneakers off, chase you after school, lay it all on the table, I'm the one eating good. Ben's breaking bread with his people till he dead. Fuck with my family, I'll split your fucking head. Hotel, motel, holiday inn. What? If them rappers start fucking up, then you go right in. We standing in the middle with no easy out, but we gon' push it till the end. What's up? Yeah, I'm still rapping like I'm on one. Ben Grimm, I'm still rapping like I'm on one. Yo, I'm still rapping like I'm Tone Hardy. Crashing parties, I'm the slasher with the flashy army. Get from round me, lames is a toxin. Beatboxing with your mama, boy, fucking is my doctrine. Son, you is obnoxious. Needlepoint Sallies get their pockets ran out and beat badly. See me on the green, fuzzy Zella with the jacket. It's not magic, I'm a classic, cause my rhyming be like automatic. You spittin' doo-doo like the camel ate his own shit, but then he lived. Please tell him what the motto is. High bonesy, everybody's losing it. All your friends are assholes now. I'm about to call it quits. Every sentence, every last fiber full of hate that was formed when I was chilling in my diaper. Hit you like a viper when the prey roll in. I'm eternal like a statue while you just posing. Hotel